you have a favorite game right now?
Fallout 4 is coming out soon, and I've always liked all the Fallout games. Those are crazy good fun.
Do you have a favorite game like from the past, like
of all time? Worms, probably. Between PC and some of the console versions, Worms is the one I've probably got the most hours in.
That's funny. I've never played Worms.
Yeah.
What's like? Do you know like what the first system Worms came out on?
Oh gee, probably PC, Commodore or something like that. I mean, it's super old.
What about like? Was it on regular Nintendo? On Nintendo?
No.
It was on Super Nintendo, right? Maybe.
I played a version on the Dreamcast.
Oh really?
And even that was kind of a dumbed down PC version. It was like a port.
Oh, it wasn't as good as like the PC.
No, they were mostly PC until like the 360. They started releasing a whole bunch of different versions.
Yeah.
Now Xbox One has one.
I kind of feel like one was maybe on Super Nintendo, but I'm not sure.
I'm actually ranked first in the world at Worms on Xbox One right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's only like number of wins. It's not like quality of wins or anything. So it's basically just like a who has the most free time.
So if you go on there and look at like what's called leaderboard, then
that's me.
Dang, that's awesome.
So I mean, it's still I gotta brag about it because it's still I'm still in the number one spot, even though it's mainly just me playing. I mean, I do win most of them, but somebody who wins 10% of the games they play could still be in first place because it's not like they used to have true skill, where if you played a bunch of like low ranked players, your score would barely go up, but if you won against a really high ranked player, your score would jump up a bunch.
Oh yeah. Awesome. I bet I would like that game. It's like all strategy, right?
Kind of strategy, turn-based. It's cool.
I tried to play it a little bit. You gotta like launch it stuff. It's pretty fun.
Kind of a pretty steep learning curve because there's like 100 different weapons and they all behave differently.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you hang out in arcades?
Oh yeah, all the time. All my extra money, even if it was just like there was a gas station at the end of our street that just had like 2 machines. It was like Tron, which was amazing. But I mean, every quarter I got was saved for an arcade game somewhere. The mall had the big arcade. Replay, what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
Did you go to Aladdin's Castle?
Where was that? In Mount Zion?
That was the one by Venture, remember?
That's the one I went to. The one by Venture, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Aladdin Castle, I think, was like a chain.
Oh,
kind of like Chuck E. Cheese type thing or whatever.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Showbiz also was the other place. Kind of like the Chuck E. Cheese version in Decatur.
Remember Showbiz had the Dragon's Lair and like...
Yeah, oh yeah.
Go up there and...
Super Hang-On. That was the first place I ever played that. Like, that was a little fancy for some of the like bars or gas stations or whatever to have.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Super Hang-On.
Yeah.
This is like a big cab.
Sure, big. It was like you had a huge motorcycle that you actually climbed on.
Yeah.
I worked in a retail video game store back when I was a teenager. We got to spend a lot of time actually playing games in the store. Like, it was pretty lax compared to like what I see now at GameStop and stuff. Like, we could bring our memory cards from home and like play more on a store because I guess it was considered kind of advertising for the game or just for the console in general, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't all the time.
What store was it?
It was Software, etc. Way back in the day.
Do you remember what particular games do you remember playing at the store?
We got the Sega Dreamcast like about a year and a half before it came in America. It was like the Japanese version of the console. They were kind of demoing it at all the different like Babbage's stores. Sonic 3D was really, really mind-blowing. Like I mean, the Dreamcast was great, but I was sold on it like almost 2 years before I ever got to actually play it, you know. But I remember... Let's see, Star Wars. There was an N64 Star Wars game, Rogue Squadron, I think it was. It was pretty popular at the time. People were pretty hyped about. I mean, this was like 95 or something like that. So, man. Some of the big launches. I don't know.
What did you think? Were you working there when N64 came out then?
Yeah, well into it actually, because I remember we had a GoldenEye tournament, and like people had already been playing it for like a year or two, so my timeline might be a little off. I'm trying to remember exactly how old I was, but it's kind of hard. Played a bunch of Mario Kart. Yes. We'd have like a crowd of like 20 people sometimes waiting their turn to play. It was great. Like, you know, if you won the battle mode, you got to stay on. So that was like your incentive to get good at a game right there. You don't want to have to wait 20 more turns before you got to play again.
Did you play battle mode more than racing? Or?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think when you first get it, you do the racing a bunch, and then
Yeah.
once
You learn the
once your friends
basics.
get locked
Of,
into the
yeah,
battle
yeah,
mode. I think that's what we're gonna do today is the battle mode.
yeah,
But let's do that. Let's do Excitebike
yeah.
for you guys. So whoever
Okay.
gets, we'll do a time thing. Whoever gets the best time.
Okay, well, yeah.
Um,
Are we gonna have like a warm-up round to familiarize ourselves with the
Yeah,
controls?
for
or?
sure.
Oh, okay.
remember you like overheat?
Yeah, I know. You got to
and,
angle your jumps. I remember. Like, I vaguely remember it. I remember it had like the track constructor, which was at the time not very many games let you like build into the game. You know, that was really cool. That's a huge feature in games nowadays. They let you build your own levels. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not into building stuff like all the Minecraft.
I don't have the patience, but
Yeah,
I
just wanna
appreciate
play the game. Like,
other people, especially people who play the game, always find really cool ways to kind of like be inventive with the same kind of like raw materials that the developers use, because it's, I'm sure, like kind of the, what is it, Trials, kind of the modern Excitebike, has a big track editor, and it seems like it's the same tools that the developers would use to build the tracks, because it's super in-depth and complicated. You've got these huge toolboxes full of stuff.
Yeah, so it's probably easy for them to just add it on.
Yeah, and the stuff people do with it, it's just amazing. Like,
The Mario Maker is crazy.
oh yeah, see, I haven't seen that yet.
I played-
Other than
there's-
some of the.
There's these popular letters on the Mario Maker where it's they'll say like, don't hit any buttons, and then like
It just does it all for you.
through,
It's automated.
and, like,
Yeah.
it's real long.
Yeah,
and
that's
crazy,
cool.
and you're like,
Yeah. Kind of a visual.
What about so RC Pro Am? That'll be the prize. Would you play that?
I remember playing it. Yeah, that's the one that had like 4 cars at once, right, going around. And I remember the controls were kind of weird at the time because they kind of reversed when you were coming towards you, right, or whatever. But I mean, I remember definitely playing it a bunch.
Yeah,
I don't remember getting real good at it.
Somebody was talking about the controls, and they're like, "Yeah, it's just like Resident Evil."
Yeah, tank kind of controls. Yeah, yeah.
Did you have Super Nintendo?
Had Super Nintendo. Had Nintendo. First console was Intellivision. My older brother had one, and I played that for.
What? Try to remember some games you had on Super Nintendo that you played
On Super Nintendo? I mean, Super Mario World was huge. It's great. I played that probably throughout the whole console's life. Like, I would just pick it up every once in a while. I mean, I remember freaking out over some of the launch games when it first came out. I thought Pilot Wings was great. I remember later on thinking, like, it was kind of rough around the edges, but at the time, God, Super Nintendo. Super Metroid was great. I liked the first Metroid, but Super Metroid really kind of perfected the formula. I don't know.
Try to get to remember if you played Punch Out. I don't know.
Oh, was that on Super NES?
Well, it started. Mike Tyson was on
On regular NES. Oh, I definitely played Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I don't remember playing it on Super NES. Mortal Kombat 3 was huge. Yeah, that was like pretty late in the console's life, it seems like, because I was playing that right up until I got a PlayStation. But Mortal Kombat 3 was great. When we got sick of Mortal Kombat 3, there was like a cheat code in the menu that let you play Galaga, and we would just play Galaga for like a week until we got bored of it, and then we'd go back to playing Mortal Kombat.
Nice. Was it you and Jimmy, or was it somebody else that would go to the video stores and take the chip out of one game?
Oh
And
God,
then
it wasn't
open 'em
me,
up?
but I think I remember somebody doing that. It must have been Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, him and somebody else, they would,
Wow.
they would open the games up.
Give them like Madden '91
and
or
then
something.
switch
Yeah,
the chip, and
Wow.
then it was real funny.
that's a good idea. Yeah, I was. Yeah, not that clever, I guess.
All right, crap beer.